I'm going to show you how I created this. Now you can see if I click on the arrow button, it will move. The four has reached the top, and you will get the message cannot move further. Fine. Now I would like to move this 4 again to the bottom. Now it's in the second, now it's in the third, and now it's in the fourth. And if you click again, it says cannot move further, so cannot move below. That means you have reached the top. Not only the 4, you can make any number from top to bottom or top bottom to top. And I have left the source code in the description to follow along. uh, the trick part here is, if you let me refresh it, the trick part here is I can append it. And once I append it, uh, I have added the counter. Instead of counter, I just need some text. So the text, let me add my name. So instead of my name, let me add my channel name. So now if you refresh, uh, now if I refresh, you'll see the UI monk along with the ID count variable is showing up. Now if you want, you can type it. This is the input value, and let me add in place of count, let me add the input value. Now whatever you type, it will be on the text field. Fine. If you wish to move the this word, you can move to the top, and you cannot move further. And if you want this to get either top or either bottom, both the thing are possible. I have created it with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let me show you how I did it. Fine. This is the link I have left in the description. The very first thing I would like to show you is the input text, which has an ID, my input, and then the button, which has a function, on click function. This function will be triggered when you click on the button, and that function will simply append a div, and that div will be in this section. So this div with ID show append div will hold the appended data. So this function is going to append a div. So this is a HTML text, which is HTML code, which will get appended on the div which I have shown above. And once it is appended, it is going to call another function, and this function will be for the button. Either we click on up button or either we click on down button, this function is responsible for it. So you can see I have mentioned the class click up and click down, which is in the button. So this is a function. So the first thing, we are going to call the button, and once we call, I'm going to run a for each loop, because there can be multiple button. So each button will have a listener, that a click listener. Each button will have a click listener, and this is a function. After the click, we are getting appended. So the first thing is, we are clicking on the button, and by clicking on the button, we are traversing to the parent, and we are getting the parent. And by the parent, we are getting the next, or you can say the previous element. And with the help of insert before, we are just inserting the position. The same is for the down function. And instead of previous, now it's next element. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much for listening. And let's move this name to the top. That is working. Let's move this to the bottom, and again that is working. Thank you so much for listening.